everybody, thanks for watching. So real quick, Scholar Society members, make sure you guys check for the meeting video. It should be up tomorrow. So if you missed the meeting tonight, make sure you guys check for the meeting video. It'll be on the app. The link will be on the app. So guys, check for that. Also, make sure you guys take advantage of the Shopify Amazon course. The price went up, but it didn't go all the way up to 300 yet. So you still have a chance to get it at a cheaper price. Make sure you guys grab that. I talked about in the last video what's going on with the whole thing. So make sure you guys see the last video I put out. A lot of information going on. There's actually 3 new videos coming up for the Shopify course. So make sure you guys grab it. You want to make sure you get these 3 new videos. But yeah, let's get into this video. So yeah, consultations, you guys know I do consultations. I talk to a lot of people. And one of the things I try to do is to remember to be mindful of the type of things that people talk about, because it's usually the same type of situations that people encounter. It doesn't matter where. I talk to people from all over the world, and it's just the same situations. One of the biggest things I'm seeing with people is dealing with relationships. A lot of people are where they are because of their relationship. And your relationship could be the downfall of you. And it's been that way for a long time. Who you choose to spend time with and give your time with, you have to be real careful about that, because it can be the reason why you are where you are and you have no idea, because you're so caught up in love. You're so wrapped up in love. And love is an emotion. It is a feeling. It is an energy that we all experience, that we all want to keep experiencing, but it can also be a deception. It can be really deceptive. Love can really blind you from so much, and you don't have no clue, because you think that love and that feeling that you have somehow abides by rules, and it does not, right? You love or you don't love. It's people who you love that you can do bad things to. It's people who love you that do bad things to you. It's just how it is. There's no rules to this. And you guys got to understand that and stop thinking that just because you treat somebody good and you have a good heart that they're going to return that. And that's not always the case. So a lot of you guys are in really messed up situations because of your choices and who you chose to lay with and be with. And you got to remember this, man. You got to remember their goal. One of the agendas is to destroy the Black family. So the things that's out here in our society are conducive to that. You guys know, I always talk about hip hop industry, the culture, what have you. These things are in place. And, if you're with somebody who's absorbing all this, if your girl watch too much, Bad Girls Club, or I'm probably old and saying this because I don't watch TV. I just remember what was out. But, loving hip hop and all that ghetto stuff, that drama stuff, cheaters, stuff that's going to put stuff in her head that she's not ready for, you're probably going to have issues. And it's going to be probably, issues to where trust issues or, fidelity issues, whatever it may be. But also you have to deal with that plus the culture, and a culture to where, it's things out there that's going to drive a rift between you because of how you approach the relationship. And, a lot of men understand what's going on and they don't know how to deal with it. A lot of women don't want to be controlled in the situation, and they feel like a man who's actually trying to show you that he cares and to show you that he's trying to build trust with you is going to have some type of rules, or is going to want something from you in the beginning of a relationship. And if you take that as control or insecurity, then you're missing the point that the whole point of him doing this is because he's saying, I want a long-term relationship with you. Any guy that doesn't have any type of boundaries or rules, or is not constantly checking up on you or making sure everything is okay with you, probably don't want no long-term relationship with you. Probably just there for sex or whatever he can get from you. But a man in the beginning of a relationship wants to build that trust. So yeah, it's about how many other guys are you talking to, who's in your friends list, what type of relationship you have with this guy, and so on and so forth, because he is investing his heart into you and money sometimes. And it's like he don't want to look stupid. So if you can't understand that in the beginning, you probably don't want the same thing he wants. And, you should probably back out, and men as well. But after a while, time goes on. And after a woman proves she's not a cheater, she only wants you, you have to let that stuff go. You can't have like little kid rules for certain women, if you understand, like who they can or cannot talk to. Because a woman is going to talk to whoever she wants to talk to, regardless. It just is what it is. At the end of the day, if a woman can be talked into sex, or if she could fall in love by talking with a guy, she was never yours to begin with. She never wanted to be with you in the first place. She was always looking for a way out. Now, at the same time, women, you got to understand that, a man asking you to, not be submissive, but to basically, try to build trust with you, whether that be, monitoring who you talk to, or like not being cool with you having such and such male friends. You got to understand, like, you can't get a bank loan, you can't get a free, phone from AT&T, any type of thing you trying to get from any type of corporation or company, as far as like credit wise. What do? They check your credit, they check your background, whatever it is, because they want to make sure you're credible, right? You're reliable for me to give you this loan or give you this phone or what have you. And it's the same thing in a relationship. Why would you expect a man to give you his heart and his money without, having an insurance policy, without having backup, without, checking your credibility, integrity, credibility, trust? You have to build that trust. So nobody's really going to put so much time in a person and they haven't built that trust. And then of course, we live in a generation now where, sneaky links, side niggas, side bitches, cheating, all that stuff is glorified now. You have rappers and singers singing about taking your girl, all kinds of stuff. And a man is a man. A man does not want to look like he's being played to other men or look like less than. And it's like a lot of women who don't want to understand that a man is giving you his attention and is invested into you and trying to be invested into you as far as with his heart, not just money. It's tough because now you don't know if the girl with you for money, if she's trying to play you, whatever the situation may be. And then it's vice versa with the women, because it's more tough for you guys, because now women feel like, I want to get something out of the situation, because guys, we're known to kick game and, make everything seem good and make it like we're interested and everything's fine. But guys will go through a lot. We're the biggest con artists when it comes to a lot of relationship stuff, as far as being the ones who want something, that the other person does not. If it's just sex, a guy will go far, dinner, rent a room, money, what have you, to get sex out of the relationship and be done with it after that. So a woman is more guarded, knowing that, she don't want to give up, I guess, her most valuable asset, because once it's gone, it's gone. Of course, you can keep giving it up, but how do you look at that point? Does the guy respect you? It's so much to worry about. Now that he has it, now that he did it, then what? It's just a lot. You guys have a lot of stuff to deal with in relationships that men, we don't really have to deal with. It's just like, okay, if we get what we want, can we keep getting it? Or what is it that we really want from this girl? How far is this going to go? If that's even the case, right? So it's so much. The issue is this, a lot of you guys you've been through all this already, and you're in your relationship. It's not working. 9 out of 10 times, it's not working because of money. And that's just keeping it real. Because if you had the money and the funds to take care of everything she wants and needs, it'd probably be less bickering. It probably wouldn't be a problem. And plus, if you're able to do that, most women are willing to be more submissive, or whatever a guy wants her to be. Or she has more money than you, or you're not fulfilling what she wants you to fulfill. Whatever situation may be is usually wrapped around money, income, something. You're not living up to your full potential. There's fidelity issues, trust issues, whatever situation may be, because you or her are caught up in this hip hop thought culture, this thinking, and it's driving the rift between you. So you got to determine if what you want is worth it with the person that you're not happy with. Are you going to get happiness with a person that you're not happy with? And the logical answer is no. So a lot of you guys, because you're comfortable with that person, a lot of you guys don't want to start over. You're in a financially set situation, but you're not happy. You got kids, whatever the situation may be. At the end of the day, you get one life. That's it. And a lot of you guys are going to waste years looking for happiness that you're never going to get. And you're going to miss out on so many opportunities because a person you let hold you back. And in life, getting ahead means making difficult decisions, difficult, tough choices that you don't want to make, choices that's going to hurt. It's going to really hurt your feelings, your emotions. A lot of people destroy their lives, or they're caught up in a lot of bad situations because of emotions that they don't want to face, fears they don't want to face. And at the end of the day, in order for you to move forward and to be who you want to be, you have to make those choices. And some of those choices require you to get rid of the person you're with and to move on. And whether you're jealous of them being with somebody else or think the situation is going to get better, If they stay, that remains to be seen. Toxic relationships can be fun for some people. Some people like toxicity. Some people like the challenge of being in a toxic relationship. They like the fun of it, the craziness, the unknowing instability of it, sex. Some people love toxic relationships, and it only can be fun and toxic for a while. But at the end of the day, it has to stop. It has to stop. You got to grow the fuck up. In a relationship, toxic relationship, you have to make the right decisions for your future, just like you have to do when you're younger. The decisions you make has to be more adult now. And as an adult already, it's like, okay, how long is this going to go on? You can't keep this going for a long time where you're trying to do and accomplish something that's important and you have a person that's in the way. So you got to think about that as well, man. So, I get a lot of questions. A lot of people are in really messed up relationships and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to find their way out. A lot of people ask me to talk about this and touch on this subject. I usually don't because, what you do in your personal life is you as far as relationship. And then it's two sides to every story. And a lot of times people don't see their flaws when it's them, right? You need to be around somebody and talk to them and see how they interact with a person to see who's the one that's really messing up. And 9 times out of 10, it's the person that's complaining the most. Sometimes you do stuff that you don't realize you do. And when your significant other points it out, you just think that they're getting on your shit. But when somebody else sees it and says the same thing, then you realize it. At the end of the day, man, you got to listen to what somebody's saying to you and really register that and see if it's something that you do instead of just saying, man, you tripping or whatever. Really think about what's going on or what you're doing and how you can change that in a relationship if you want the relationship to continue. I feel like I've been in every type of relationship there is. And I know some women just want to argue. Some women think arguing means you care in a relationship and they always put it on you when a man is just more, I'm trying to get through the situation. Doesn't mean I don't care. It's just I don't want to argue. I'm trying to get through the situation. I don't want to talk about it every 2 seconds or argue about something that's so stupid because it's not going to get us anywhere. But again, 9 times out of 10, most of the arguments, most of the issues in a relationship have to do with income, have to do with money. And it's one of the reasons why, again, I tell you guys, it's not just so much about spirituality. Like that freedom, it fucking encompasses so many different things. Being financially free doesn't just mean stability for yourself. It's stability for your family, right? It's for you to have a better relationship with your family, do more for your family and friends, for your wife or, your daughter, your boyfriend, your husband or what have you. You can do more. You can get more done. And, you can make everybody happy at the same time. Now, the thing is, you shouldn't be with a person who's only happy when it's money around or who's only happy when you're doing for them. Not when times are hard and you need help or you need understanding and they don't want to understand. They just give me. And that's a problem. That's an issue. That's something you have to figure out is that something you want to deal with that person? So it's so much that happens with a lot of you guys and being in relationships and a lot of issues that some of this stuff is real easy to fix. But at the end of the day, just keeping it real, a lot of it's always going to stem from money, from income. And it's just something that you got to realize. Is it something that can be fixed immediately? Do you need time away from that person to get financially correct so you can be correct in that relationship? Because a lot of times, man, you trying to hold on to a person, you're just not ready for them because you need to get yourself right. And, you trying to pay for expensive dates and dinners, buy this girl this and keep her happy and everything. And you're just not in a financial situation to do that, but you don't want to lose her. Now, if she can't understand that you're not financially able to do it and there's a problem, then she's not the one for you. And why would you want to be with somebody that's just with you for the good times, for the money, right? Again, at the same time, it's the flip side to it because why should a girl be unhappy with the guy she's with, right? Why should she be unhappy because you didn't do what you were supposed to do? You came into the relationship acting like everything was all good and you had your shit together. She started to like you and gave you a chance, but you don't. It turns out you're a bum. You're fucked up. So you can't get mad at her then and just be like, well, you're supposed to love me for me. But nah, you was playing like you was this baller and you was doing things and you had stuff going on. So I opened up more to you because you could give me the freedom financially or what have you, and you can't really give yourself that. So it's a conflict, it's a problem. And she's going to be fighting with herself because at the end of the day, she loves you or likes you a lot. She doesn't want to lose you. But at the same time, she's upset that you're in the position that you are in when you seem to be such an intelligent person and clearly you're not good with money. You make bad decisions, whatever the situation may be. So many different ways to look at it. things that you have to consider being in a relationship that's failing. I get a lot of, insight in doing consultations, but it's the stuff that, I know. I feel like I've been in every type of relationship there is. The one thing I do know for anybody that's, trying to be in a serious relationship, you got to get yourself straight first. Like, you got to figure yourself out. And, girls, there's a lot of women who tell guys this and guys don't want to accept that. But, pressure and, guys throwing money in your face and all that be an issue. And that doesn't have to be financially for a woman. Some women get out of crazy relationships where there was abuse or, cheating and all kinds of trust issues and a lot of psychological issues. And they're not ready to be in another relationship. So they need time and they need to heal.